Hi guys, we're making spaghetti again. I'm a big spaghetti lover. And I've got like about 6 peppers, 5 green and 1 yellow. I've got 4 carrots, about 6 stalks of celery, 2 medium onions, a lot of garlic. I'm just looking here and see what I've got. I've got 3 pounds of ground sirloin. And I'm browning all this. I'll show you how colorful it is and how good for you it is. I mean, it is good and juicy. Then I put in honey because you have to cut the acid. Whenever you make anything that's acidic, you need to cut the acid, especially if you're using tomatoes. I'm going to put in 4 cans of crushed tomatoes and a can of roasted tomatoes. I think if I can get them out of the cabinet. And hang on one second. I'm back. I'm going to put salt in, of course. You got to have salt. But I don't put too much in because people can do that at the table. Now put in pepper. Worcestershire sauce. And a little bit of soy sauce. If I can get it open. I have boo-boos. Yeah. Mix her up. And I kind of let this cook all day long. There's no Italians in my family, but there's a lot of people in my family that like Italian. When I grew up in Detroit, we lived on a street with a lot of Italian people. It's pretty ethnic. Birmingham. I live in Birmingham. In Detroit and Pittsburgh and Cleveland, all those big old cities, very ethnic. And you just have neighborhoods full of different people that came over on the boat together or they met later on. And my grandparents went to Pittsburgh and worked in the coal mines. And then they moved over to Detroit and worked on the cars. But I just don't think you can get anything better than spaghetti. And what I do is make a big pot of this, because there's only 2 of us living here. And I freeze it in bowls, lock and lock. And I probably have 8 or 10 bowls that I do. And then whenever I want spaghetti, I don't have to go through all this, because this is an all-day job, really, if you make it right. And but it's just so luscious. It smells so good. I'm going to get my cans out. Hang on one second. I've been questioned about the amount of vegetables I use, but I think that's the great thing about the old world. They used vegetables before they used meat. And I think your body requires them, and I think they're just wonderful. And I love them, but I love meat too. So here's 1 can of crushed tomatoes. And I want to get it all out. I don't waste. Waste not, want not want. That's what I learned by my parents, who grew up during the Depression. Both of them fatherless. They had fathers, but their fathers died. Oh man, I love tomatoes. Now, I used to have a big garden when I lived in Ohio. And when I made this, I used my own fresh tomatoes. Living in Alabama, and today it's going down to 4 degrees today. I don't have access to fresh, and I don't think what you get at the grocery store is really that fresh. So I'm just happy to have the can. And this is Hunt's crushed. It's my third one. I don't buy the sauce because it's got flavoring in it, and I want it to be my flavoring. I don't know, I have a lot of people that think I make the greatest spaghetti. And of course there's always the doubters. And everybody has their own taste, so you can put in it whatever you want. But I figure you want to see what I'm doing, or you wouldn't be on this channel. And then I've got a can of Hunt's diced with garlic. I like to have a little chunkiness in my spaghetti. And you're going to see that this is a whole lot. I did fry the meat and the vegetables in a little bit of garlic oil, not garlic oil, olive oil, EVOO. I don't always do that, but I usually use ground chuck, and Publix had no ground chuck yesterday. So I paid $28 for 4 pounds of ground sirloin. Now ground sirloin's really great, but you need a little bit of that fat to get a good beefy flavor. And so I really prefer the ground chuck. I don't like hamburger because that's a lot of fat, and to me it's kind of a waste. But this sirloin I think will be good. I'm gonna maybe, when I taste it later on, I may put in a little bit of beef bouillon or beef broth or whatever else I find around here that I think I need. But now this is just now starting, except for the browning, and I'm going to show you that it's looking pretty good. And I'll wait till it cooks down a little bit, and if it gets a little loose, I'll put in tomato paste. And that's pretty much it. Just cook it for a lot of hours. And I guess that's about it for today. That will make this be less than my usual 20 minutes, half hour. I did get my hair cut this week. She did it really pretty. I washed it and let it air dry. So I'll show you what I got, but it's not really combed, but I have a little bit of natural curly hair. I had it when I was a baby, but then it was straight my whole adult life. But as I started aging, it started coming in curly. That's why it looks frizzy. And my hairdresser did say that I have a lot of new hair coming in. So we'll see what happens. I guess this is the best I can do. And good luck with your spaghetti sauce. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be really cold, 4 degrees here, and I think my cousin said it's going to be below 0 up in Michigan. So you might want to make some spaghetti or something or chili and stew, all those one-pot meals. They're really, really good. A lot of soup too. I've got a freezer full of meat and refrigerator full too. So I guess we'll be experimenting this week. Anyway, bye-bye guys. And arrivederci. Bye-bye.